Hey, radio check. Hey Susie, hey all. Uh, the, hey, hope you're doing well. Cr- same, thank you. Crash twice, it's a bare minimum to exit the pits. It doesn't count. Doesn't look like this course getting a lot of attention, but anyway, let's start. We are at Daytona. What do we know about Daytona? Officially, it has 11 corners per lap, but we will be operate with 6 corners, or, well, 6 main point of interest, almost 6 kilometers, with the highest pit road speed limit on road tracks. It's almost 90 kilometers per hour, which is insane. It's sort of highway speed limit. But we should consider it because it's an important thing here. And small hint, first, pit stalls are very close to pit entry. So we have 40 pit stalls. If you qualified 39th, 14th, then you're in danger zone. Your pit stall will be very close to the pit exit, and we already have this situation, and I screwed up screwed up massively at this. So that's why it's so important. Anyway, what do we have? We have turn 1 here. Let's take a brief look to the track itself. Although it looks very similar from the top, every corner here has some features. Not sure it's visible like this. Wait a moment. Do you see this thin green lines? I think video will eat them. Hey Ken, welcome. We are at turn 1 right now. I can try to use this and like that. Yeah, that's don't know. Oh jeez, going on. Where am I? Yay. Here we go. Holiday Daytona. And we can see surface of turn 1, some first part here. It's the inside, it's banked to the apex. This part, a middle one, it's more or less equal, like ground level, and this one is going a bit outside. So it's like a don't know how this shape called, but yeah, it's off camber. So roughly the change is on the side of this black line. So somewhere here is somewhere here. Must say that it's not actual terrain, so it's not actual 3D model of the track. It's not what the laser scanned. It's just a separate layer for video card, which determine the depth of the picture. So what's on the near plane, what's on the rear plane, and this is a map of normals. So it shows where the surface looks at to help determine reflections. So this is not a track surface, it's just a raw representation of its surface for rendering needs. But it shows the surface good enough. So we have grip here, a bit grip here, and less grip here. If we look at the exit, we have a huge of camber here. So if you overshoot it, well, rest in peace. And the same on the outside. It's off camber, inside with the camber. This is sort of straight, at least when you're doing a one file. When you side by side, it's a bit more difficult, but we'll return to it a bit later. Now, turn 2. This is the outside. It has a bit of camber to the inside, so it helps to rotate. And it helps to collect a puddle here. So be cautious, but overall, if we're speaking about the wet track, Daytona is pretty easy in this regard. It has only one really tricky part. I'm talking about medium rain right now, or something like that. Heavy rain, of course, it's terrible, as everywhere. But in the medium rain, it doesn't have huge puddles. The surface looks like it's covered in the water, and it is, but it's like water level is barely enough to cover all the asphalt, all the tarmac. So it's not a big layer of water, and on the whole track you can use even racing line in many conditions without worrying. There are no catches. So yeah, it's here. Is it off camber? The inside looks like it's a bit off camber here at the entry. But then it becomes it have an inside camber. I think like that. And outside have camber too, but less camber. So it have grip, but a bit less than the very inside. I guess it's related to the fact that cars mostly drive at apexes and just dig a hole in the tarmac with the time. On exit, we have this thing, which roughly represents the area of huge off camber and huge lack of grip. So when you're going to the outside by something like this, you have still camber, have grip, then you have near zero camber, less grip, and then you have no grip at the outside. That's not ideal, but you have to deal with it. You have to consider it at the exit. This line is roughly goes at this white line. By the way, since we started talking about wet racing, white lines are relatively safe here. The only really killer white line will be at the end. I'll show it later, but you can use this line, but not sure you can brake hard on them. At least they are pretty safe on acceleration. Let's go ahead. Still the same applies to the whole track about, it's like a road camber where outside is off cambered from center. And here, I'm trying to show a pit here. It doesn't look obvious right now, but here you get the only bad puddle at the track. And of course, this is the place where you need grip the most, where you start turning into the turn, what I call turn 3, is the fast left-hander. Well, and driving in rain because of that becomes pretty difficult, because you need to turn, but you can't turn in this puddle. You can't really turn in the middle because you will be thrown on the outside and have some issues too because of terrain, because of the small puddles here. So finding a good line in the rain through this turn, especially in Porsche, yeah, that's crucial, because this turn by itself can kill Porsche because of rear engine. So you have to consider it. This corner in the dry goes flat out, at least on warm tires. On cold tires, some cars may have some issues. And let's go to turn 4. Same thing. Camber on the inside, off camber on the outside. And I hope you can see it. It has pretty uneven surface on entry, especially on the outside. So when you're choosing the line through here, you have to think about it, because if you're driving like usual turn outside and then go to the apex, here you will have some nasty bumps. In cars with ABS, it's fine. In prototypes, in other cars without ABS, yeah, it could end not very good. You can end here. That's suboptimal. There is a line like cutting here, well, not so much, but something like that to the apex. So on the cambered inside, it's a fine line. Actually, I think in most of the turns on this track, you can use separate lines, depending, first of all, on your driving style, but also on the setup, on the grip, on the weather conditions, and all that. And unfortunately, although this sounds fun and means some good racing, that means that you have to do testing to find what lines do you prefer in what conditions. Otherwise, there is no clear answer like stay here and you will be fast. No, at least I didn't found such clear insights on this track. Let's continue. It has a camber here at the inside. Outside pretty cambered too, from what I see. So yeah, we have grip. On the exit, as usual, outside part is off camber from this turn, so you won't have the grip behind the black line, behind this line. So while your car is turning well here, it starts understeering here. Not ideal, should consider it. Let's go further. This turn have millions lines. Like I imported 10 fast laps from Garage 61, and all 10 laps used a different line this turn. You can brake early here, you can brake later here, you can carry a lot of speed and trying to keep it through the turn. You can make it sharper to have better acceleration. Try it, and find what works for you best. Please, yeah, as usual, a bit of camber on the inside and of camber on the outside. Also here, you can see this dip. Yeah, you have grip here, then you start falling into this dip, don't have grip, then suddenly when your car falls down, you have grip again, and a lot of grip, and then you lose part of it because your suspension is stabilized. So yeah, that tricky place. I have oh yeah, I can't show you the line with combined, like with this picture and the depth mode, but so the deep is somewhere here. Here is the line between grip forgot the word, between the slope on the inside and slope on the outside. So there is a line that you drive here and consider all the elevation changes, or you draw the car somewhere here. There is no such bumps, but you have to carry a bit more speed to keep up with the guys who's doing this line. Okay, to return back to the lines a bit later, and yeah, we pressing throttle as hard as we could. In the wet, with these white lines and the yellow line actually are pretty safe until you brake hard on them. They paved the wall this area, and but geometrically, this is the same chicane as it was before. But the curbs, well, yeah, you can see how they massacred this chicane and made it a bit slower and more lethal, I'd say, because yeah, I had some terrible time learning how to drive here. About the terrain, it's pretty flat here, so a bit of in camber and flat. So we have in the rain some puddles here and there, and here we have some line with the grip. So in the rain we can aim, we can place our left wheels here and get some grip and drive out. In the dry, you can't put all four wheels on the curb. This counts as off track, so you need to keep at least one wheel out of the curb. So I found two approaches here. So first of all, it's cutting this first chicane, like placing your left wheel somewhere here, cutting and place it somewhere here. So our line will make an arc and go to the exit. Or we can carry a bit more speed. This will be a bit faster, obviously. So, and put our car here on the right curb and start turning here. Some jump on this right curb allows you to use more grip on the left wheels and allows you to rotate more. But I think you suspect that this less safe approach and may cause a lot of issues, especially in cars with the stiff suspension. I think prototypes will have a hard time to make this turn this way. But this way exists, and you will have more speed on entry and the same speed on exit. So if you can't nail this line, that would be good. It's not very applicable in the wet conditions because at this point you will have more grip, but your wheels will be in the wet part on the track, so it's a bit you won't get the benefit of an extra grip in the wet. Okay, it looks like that's it, but no, that's not the end. We're driving here, enjoying landscapes. On minimal graphics, you don't see stands, only the lights flying in there for some reason. Okay, I guess they can't produce electricity without light posts, so yeah, they're flying here. We have potential. Whatever you say, that's a huge part of this track. Usually GT3s start breaking somewhere before this big kink, big white line. You can cross it, but not in the rain. In the rain, you will spin to the right and die, probably take someone's life too. You have to nail your braking to these yellow cones. These yellow cones with pit speed limit of 90 kilometers per hour. And as you can drive a bit over its pit limiter, I'll show you later how, you can save seconds on pit entry, pit drive through, and pit exit. You need to practice the things because, well, yeah, it's a seconds. We will be finding 10th today at the track, but this thing will find you seconds overall in your stints. Don't forget the practice, just lap by lap. Entry, drive through on maximum speed, exit. Entry, drive through, exit. And now we can't drive at this spot. This is an apron now. You can't go below double yellow. You will get an off check. Though, well, it's not a big deal for race finish, for example, because from what I remember, it doesn't give you slowdowns. So someone could sacrifice one off check for an extra length to the finish line. But, well, at least it's a progress. At least a progress, though, well, I was fine with having an apron if it was done correctly. Okay, we've looked at the check. Now we'll go back to the last lap by itself. Maybe some questions. Mm-hmm. I'll tell you later. yeah, I'm just catching shaders from video card. If it made any sense. Anything else? Okay. Let's go to the cockpit cam. Turn on input traces. Okay, yes, you can see them. And let's go to the first turn. By the way, this lap, the replay, best lap, optimal lap, setup all in the description to the stream on YouTube, so you can download it if you want it. And this was 42.6, couldn't make any better, though I lost around 0.2 in the first turn, you'll see right now. So yeah, it could be a bit faster, but not much. Let's go. That was turn one. Let's break it. The spots. Okay, this green marker is first braking reference, and this white line the second braking reference. You need something on the outside of the track because you will be in traffic. You will be somewhere in the middle. You need to some side reference, as for example this dark patch can be your reference. On this hot lap, I started braking after this white line, and I'm braking pretty hard. Usually you don't need brake a lot because this track doesn't have a lot of grip. You'll see I will abuse ABS quite heavily, but that's because yes, 72 degrees on front tires, it's suboptimal. I couldn't get them to temps, so I wanted to abuse them a bit to get some heat. Started to braking hard. A bit less braking here because we are dropped in the outside banking zone. Overall, this line is pretty average for me. Like, I can be a bit to the left, a bit to the right. You can use any of these lines, and there is no single possible fastest line in all track conditions. You want to carry a bit more speed on the outside and get a faster corner. You want to probably brake on the even more banked surface to shorten your braking line, quickly turn in, and then accelerating. It all works, but outside part will be, as I said, with the banking, the negative banking, and during the long races it will be covered in tire marbles. That's very suboptimal. It reduces grip a lot, and in the rain there will be puddles outside, and this is not ideal at all. Though GT3s are not using this very wide line, but the prototypes can use like stupidly wide line, like it's somewhere here, to carry a lot of speed through there, but they can carry the speed because of downforce. They don't have problems with these camber changes, but GT3s are more sensitive to this stuff. So this is usual braking line, plus minus 2 meters left or right, say that. Started turning, so reducing our braking, then maximum rotation, and early on throttle as possible. You will have some wheel spins here because track is a bit uneven here, bump there, and the most important that on the exit we have a negative camber again. So cross this line, follow, not follow, but keep your focus on your hands. Don't strict your body, relax your hands and let them unwind, let them do what the car wants. If it doesn't want to turn, if you overshooted the corner, for example, here you carried a lot of speed and you see that, well, you won't make it. Don't try to force the car to turn because you inevitably spin here. Go off track, take your 1x, take your half a second penalty or whatever, but that's better than spin. So when you stand on the throttle here, you're a passenger. You're just hoping that your car, that you won't interrupt your car, you won't make bad decisions, and you'll help your car to drive instead of interrupting it. Hope that makes sense. On exit, you can be somewhere here to straighten your exit. You can be very wide till the curb if you carried a lot of speed, for example, or you're making the late apex on overtake. It still could be fast. You just need to get used to all these lines. Or if it's better, you need to use to not drive a line, but to drive a car. So you're looking forward, you made a plan for the corner. Okay, I'm braking late, I make the late apex and then accelerate. And after that, you're executing your plan, but not following the line you want, let's say, but following the line the car wants. You feel it's understeering, you're inducing a bit of oversteer, or vice versa, and trying to keep it near the line and keep it fast. Bunch of words. Well, hopes it was at least a bit understandable. Here we want to be on the left as possible, as usual. So find the line through previous corner. It's not as easy as it seems, because if you're a bit late here, you won't make it to the left. You need to find the line to not lift and to be always on the left side. As I said, in the rain, you can use the usual line, but here we have some puddles. You can be somewhere here. Somewhere here. This place have grip. It will have banking, grip from banking here. So it's okay to stay somewhere like one car width to the right. So I'm braking. I'm already braking here. Usually I'm looking on these tire marks, but well, in rain you can't see them. So the second reference, this cones, the first cone that starts here, this one, and usually that's enough. I don't see any other references. Okay, let's go. And go back. I'm braking harder than I could. Well, purple ABS highlights showing it. There are two approaches, like glue to the inside like this. This place have camber. It's pretty nice to drive, but you don't want to touch this curb a lot, because it will really unsettle the car and cause spins on exit and all other bad stuff. Or you also can take a bit wider line. Oh, wait a second. I think I can show it better. Yes. Yeah, so this was my line. Started braking here, turning somewhere here, and then to the middle, to the outside. But you can do a bit later, later turn in. So stay a bit on the outside, and then attack this curb. And well, yeah, that's a bit too much, but you got an idea. Both lines are fast, both lines are good. I prefer to stick to this because of the inner camber, and because there is some nasty stuff like marbles, like puddles, like all this. So I don't find this line very consistent. But my line have some negatives too. I'm very early on the acceleration, crossing the middle line, which means, as you can guess, huge understeer or snap oversteer if I turn in too much. So since here, you have to start again, be very attentive to what the car wants. Is it gonna spin? Relax your hands. Does you have enough grip to stay on throttle? Try to increase it a bit and feel what the car wants. It's easier said than done, of course, but can come up with something more understandable. So the first biggest mistake that usually I see is that people don't carry enough speed through there. So, for example, this run, it was roughly 80 kilometers per hour here. So check yourself. Are you close to this number or not in this turn? And at the end of this turn, your car have to be somewhere there, near the outside curb. But you don't have to drive this car there. You just starting adding a throttle, and your car naturally should be at this position, naturally drift wide. Don't try to, artificially keep the bigger arc because, well, Kuzma said the car should be on the outside. Try to keep the lowest arc as possible, so be as right as possible. But if you're doing everything right, your car won't allow you to stay anywhere except for this position. Hope that makes sense. And if you are on single screen, there is an issue where to stand on throttle. So my marks are end of this curve. When I see the end of this curve, I can be on throttle. Also, in the far, you can see those curve from other layout. So when you start seeing it, you start applying the throttle, something like that. Probably if you are running better graphics than mine, you can see some other landscapes, but I don't see it. In dry, pretty easy, just a flat out turn, nothing to say here. In wet, yeah, find the line. You can stay a bit in the middle, you can stay on the outside, but both lines have pluses and minuses, so find something that works for you best. In this turn, I'm trying to stay as left as possible. Then let's check it out at full speed at first. Okay. Very hard braking by me. This turn has less grip than previous two, for example, so it requires less braking. In quali, it's fine to stay in the ABS zone, but overall, yeah, that's not a good execution by me. Anyway, two approaches I found that works best for me. First of all, first approach, stay at the outside and start turning with your trail braking as you usually do in other corners. Works good. You can brake a bit later, like closer to this line, somewhere like this or this, and get a good exit. But again, long races, outside camber, I don't like it. It doesn't make me a stable driver, so I start braking a bit earlier and turn the car closer to the inside to stay on the cambered part and rotate it as quickly as possible. Fast downshifting, it helps to rotate some car. And here, I already felt that the car rotated enough, so I can feed the throttle. How to do it in first times? Well, yeah, something like this transition in curb surface. Probably this would be a mark. When you see it, you can try to accelerate, but I do it mostly by the feeling that the car rotated enough. It comes with some practice. So if you rotated the car enough, you can stay on throttle, and as in previous turn, the car naturally go wide. Of course, as usual, we are watching for this line. because we will have less grip after this. So you can see, I guess, in the turning, in my steering. So turning, and bam! It was, if you noticed, I centered it and then started to turn again to reassess the grip I have. Next corner. Again, a lot of approaches. My approach is to cut this part. Like cut this curb a lot. That's quite debatable because it unsettled the car. In the wet, sometimes the puddle here is big enough to cause some issues with my outside wheels, which are loaded in the stern. So I won't say the best line, probably it's better to use the usual line. I'll show it here. But on hot lapping, and even in big stints, I prefer to use mine. What's the key difference? I'm drawing the car right here. The car bounces a bit. I'm starting to hit the throttle. And then, as you remember, here we have some unevenness in the grip, in the surface. So I'm going to the more predictable outside outside bend. Okay, go to the outside and then accelerate fully and trying to keep the car well outside of the barrier. It wasn't even close. Usually it's much more closer and more scarier. That's the second con from this line. But usual line, usual line, yeah, yes, this turn. So usual line looks like breaking here, then making this turn, draw it a bit closer to reality, and starting accelerating, yeah, pretty close to the inside. Mine line is braking a bit later and throwing the car here to cut this curb and drift outside and go to the outside curb. There are some variances here beside this. Again, you need to find your own line. My line allows me to brake a bit later and carry a bit more speed. Usual line requires earlier braking, but it will allow you to stand on throttle earlier. But what I said I didn't like, the surface on the exit, like this part, it could catch you. Usually you are like between this pit and this outside camber, and well, yeah, car may become unpredictable. On my line, the car predictable here on the curb and a bit bouncing after it, and here at this part, but it's always the same. Always just outside camber, a bit of decreasing in the grip on the right tires, and that's it. In the rain, there is a puddle, but it's not big enough to worry about. You don't need to avoid it. And a small puddle here. Right. Okay, we are finally on the backward section. Finally going to the chicane. Daytona chicane. You can see it was almost without problems, like looking for grip by turning the wheel. Grip decreased, I released wheel a bit, and that's it. Chicane. Two approaches I described here. Break point is near this semaphore. A bit later, a bit earlier, depends on the car, depends on your line. Let's look this at full speed for beginning. Okay. So it was aligned with some curb usage, the one I told at the beginning. So how to make this line? Started braking after the semaphore, start braking and releasing the brakes while I approach to the curb. Here the tricky part. We are on brakes, we are turning, and we're hitting the curb. What do we've got? We've got oversteer. We have a lot of grip on the front. And also we got a hit in the suspension. So the best way is to release the brakes before this curb. And in case of some cars like TCRs, it's even beneficial to add some throttle to put the weight on the back. Released brakes and then braking again. Well, a bit because we have a lot of speed, but the main thing we want to put weight on fronts again to make the second turn on the right. Without this slight braking into the right, you most likely wouldn't be able to turn the car, at least on some competitive speeds. By the way, about the speed, I'm aiming for 145 minimum speed in this combo, but depends a lot on the line, a lot on the setup, so something between 135 and 145 is good. You should aim for these numbers. Braked a bit, used the curb to get some rotation and starting to feed the throttle. So on this part, we are accepting the consequences we made on entry, of decisions we made on entry. Right now, we are passengers. We are adding the throttle, and we have to estimate, are we able to make this further, or it's better to concede and go here. Because, as you understand, if you are understeering too much here, you either get cruelly murdered by this, for some reason, placed tire barrier. Don't see a single good reason to place tire barrier here, but okay, it's here. We have to deal with this. And also, if we hit this curb a lot, we will be thrown in the air and most likely end up somewhere here in this forest, which is suboptimal too. So we are pressing the throttle, rotating, estimating, do we have the rotation? Do we rotate the car north? Can we make this? And if we decided that yes, we can, let's go further. Feeding the throttle and trying to keep the car on the track between the white lines. If we succeeded, well, congrats, we finished the lap at Daytona. Yes. So Hello, Pico. Hello, Odin. And time for questions, I guess. Do you have any? Uh, if you are talking about the dry track, I'm using this white line, the end of white line as reference, as well as you can use this black stuff if you're on the inside where it ends. This is definitely a zone where you're braking. Also depends on the. Yeah, you can see this cone from the big distance, so you know you have to brake like 5 meters before this cone on where this black stuff ends. Inside is have less surface, small pits, bumps, and it has a bit of camber, so your braking should not be much earlier on the inside as you think. You need to practice a bit yourself. Braking on the inside actually pretty good in turn one. So the same reference for the outside you can use for the inside, from what I remember, or at least close to that. And depends on how you're braking. I'm braking a bit. You can see on the straight line, like bringing the car to the wall as close as possible before this, and start braking after this white line, trying to stay as straight as possible. Right? This shortening my braking line. If you're braking like with steering, so like by on the arc, like you're driving the arc and braking, your braking distance will be longer for sure. And since, as I said, you can use a lot of lines for almost every turn on this track, unfortunately, you have to find the references, lines, and braking points for yourself that suits your style. Anything else? Yep, and I'm not saying that my line is better for everyone, but it works for me. That's all that matters. A lot of people driving more to the outside, braking in the arc, and they brake less, so they carry more speed, and they are able to make this turn like on. Yep, something like wide. No, wait. Waiting, not my skill, but something like this, like wide line, carry more speed. Probably wide on exit because of the more speed. I prefer to cut it a bit and go something like that. Why are you preferring the outside, by the way? Mm-hmm. Yes, good topic. Gears. I never mentioned what gear you should use. Again, because it all depends on the line and your driving style. I'm using second here. I want some rotation on the apex. Oh, I wanted to say that this is our apex. So whatever line you're using, you want to place the car somewhere here. Plus minus some meters. So I'm using the second. You can use the third. It will give it won't be slower. Again, it will give you less rotation, but if you're looking for less rotation, then this is well, ideal for you. Mm, in perfect world, yeah, on perfect line. But again, if something went wrong, if you need to correct a bit yourself, forget about your previous line, make a new plan with your current line. So, oh, I'm overshooted, okay, then I still could make this corner fast enough. So I need to, for example, add some rotation or reduce rotation and etc. And your gears may change. I think the next turn you can even use the first gear just to rotate the car. Well, acceleration on first, it's a bit hard. But yeah, if you don't have rotation here, you can shift on first and then shift back on second right before the acceleration. This turn, well, I don't think it's beneficial to do in third, so I see at the second only. This turn, yeah, you can use third again on the usual line, not this tight line. Probably it will be beneficial because it will reduce stress from rears a bit. And chicane 2, you can use fourth, you can use third. Again, depends on what you want from your car. More rotation, less rotation. Yeah. Yes, I think I used third this time. Oh yeah, I stayed in fourth. Wow. Yeah, I'm usually taking it in third. Well, fourth worked too. Okay. All right, here. Any other questions? While I'm setting up session, I think it's time. As always, pretty clear on paper. And session should start now, from what I assuming. Is it saved? Yeah, it should start now. So what's the plan now? First 10 minutes, do drive through the pit. No fast laps. Drive through the pit. It's not a punishment or torture. It's for your own for your good. No, seriously, I'll park the car on the finish line. Drive through pit. Is the session on? Sure. Looks like not. By the way, if there are some strangers not from the team, the session and the password is in the description, so you can join us, behave well, and all will be good. The Daytona 24 with all small characters. Were you able to find the session? Oh, cool. Uh, Ken, are you good for the session? Just exit hosted tab and back again. Worked for me. Called SISU Motorsport Crash Course. You can just type in and find it. Yep. What the forecast from in the session? The track will be better and better. So it will be sunny at the start, then some clouds arrive. But after the hour, there will be thunderstorm for 15 minutes, and then giant up track with some clouds. So fastest laps right before the storm. Yeah. That's good enough. And it's not that hard track for in wet. True. Daytona 24.
Put in a couple of clean laps to get our fuel data.
What car do you have? Some... Oh. You can download mine from link in the description to YouTube. Yeah. But it's a quali, so add some fuel. Yep. I'm gonna find out it right now. I don't know, Ken. Yeah, the GT3s. I assume it's always late apex for TCRs, but just a pure assumption. Oh, you're Porsche GT4. No. No. Never mind. Yeah. That finish is close, remember. Find braking references for pit entry. Pit limiter is 90 kilometers per hour. And no damages, of course. So okay, it's a fine for you. Okay, Susie got lucky. He escaped police.
You're going the wrong way. You're going the wrong way. Pit box is early. Be ready.
Probably you heard mine, spotter. Okay, let's do some laps. And then we'll check out. And then we'll check out mine lap, then lap of Ken, lap of Susie, lap of Alberta, though I don't have an idea which laps are good in this cars, but we can find some issues with the line, some issues, obvious issues with braking and etc. So let's see. Hey Bill, nice to see you. Join us. Hope there is no ice ball, snowball or some other competitions right now. Okay, third gear is too high. Whoa! Holy moly! What a lively rear back. Jeez. Okay. What should I do with that? Less braking? Not sure. Doesn't look even close to good enough. I think it's still big light apexes are not good for this low powered cars. Probably should use tighter lines. Jeez. The rear is turning by itself. Or by the pedal inputs, which is good, but you have to get used to it. Yellow flag. Who's that? There is no damage can, by the way. Oh. Ow. Copy. I think it's from SISU. Some sound like something's gonna break. Let's say that. Sound of tension. This one. Because if you watched the stream or the video, you turned off the sound right now, right? Because yeah, I'm doing some laps too. Get comfortable with the combo. I will come and roast you all. I see you disconnected. Everything is fine. Okay. Well, it looks closer to good, but it doesn't mean it was at least decent. Lost too much speed. And, you know, I got the rotation I need, but I didn't use it. I was scared to lose the car. That's not good. So let's try a tight line here. By the exit. Well, slower than one of my best attempts. That looks like a decent alternative to my Apex. Feels like I'm too harsh with the pedal input. Like the car responds to every my change in braking. Should try to stay smoother. Like I'm unsettling the car. By myself. Holy moly! Well, I lost control in the middle, but I think you saw it. The car wants to turn itself. I just need to understand, start understand it and do not interrupt with it. Which I did at this lap. just because I have to get used. Okay, what was that? 59.6. Is it good? Is it bad? No idea. Okay, these lines look good, though I couldn't carry the speed I want out of the corner. It could be faster in this turn. By the way, something like this is very useful. These two numbers at the bottom shows the speed, minimum speed in previous corner, on previous lap and on this lap, just to compare. On top it's the same, but for maximum speed before the corner, so at which speed you started to brake. Well, this is maximum speed, nothing to explain here, this shade before. Of course you won't check it every time, but when you are practicing corners and want to know mid-corner speed. Off track. Yeah, it looks like my first laps in TCR. The car try without curbs or just with the first curb, try to land from it. As I said, try to add some throttle before the first curb, right before the first curb. It will help to pass it safely, but yeah, I decided to give Elantra a go because Civic suspension is killing me. It's very hard. Elantra is a bit more soft. I had a bad time with Civic, honestly. I struggled so much on Nürburgring. Well, mostly because of my lack of skill in TCR, but still, let's fight in the car. For some reason, almost nobody drives it, so probably not the best car. Another Hyundai. Veloster. Okay, that was at least controllable bus stop by me. Not the fast. Yep, default Civic balance around 70. That's ridiculously high. Yeah, I figured this, but still, well, don't know. Something I don't understand in these cars. But probably I have to give them a go and find what skill I'm lacking to drive this fast. Probably pedal input. Very slow exit. I'm over braking. but this car doesn't have enough power to, you know, compensate my, to trade my rotation into the acceleration, so I have to carry speed in the corner. That's the second fin I'm lacking, I guess. Does it mean time 20 at the dashboard? With the sector time or? Oh no, why off track? God damn it. That was not bad at all. Okay, I'm gonna park the car right now and what's going on, check what's going on with Alberto first, I guess, because he have to go pretty soon. So what was this lap? This lap was 58, but off track. Well, I guess it's not that bad, though. I think I did 0 turns. I was satisfied for, except for last bus stop. Okay then, Alberto. He's driving Porsche, the GT3, right? Right. That's good. Copy. Okay, that was... It's a Porsche, right? Yeah. I've just lost. Okay, let's check his lap. Yeah, late braking, missed the turn, and couldn't prepare the car to this turn. Okay. Oh, probably just looked somewhere else. Keep the car there. No grip on the outside, and then... Yeah, Alberto, no grip on the outside, and then you dropped to the inside, got grip and oversteered. I'm watching Alberto right now. No worries, no worries. Try for the next lap, brake everywhere earlier than you used to do, and see what happens. Like, not much, but just 20 meters earlier. Too bad I can't see inputs. But they are not streaming. Yeah, they're not streaming. Anyway. Ooh. Oh, looked fine actually. Oh, it's fine, it's fine. In the third turn, in the fast left-hander, are you trying to put your car on the left? or is it drift itself so much outside? Oh, nice. Yep. Still a lot of time. Oh, and there is a gap in the cloud. Probably didn't have rain. Is it possible? Interesting. Not have rain when I set it the timeline forecast. I did 58.9. Yeah, you need to shave a bit. Oh, 201. Okay, yeah, that's good. No, that was a good chicane. It's a lot of track. What was the speed? 135. Yeah, that was good enough. That was a good bust of Alberta, from what it looks. Corner is overshooting, but I don't think the problem with Yeah, the first problem is steering inputs. Where is the driver hands or something? Jeez. Oh, we have hands on the replay. Yes, I have hands, but I didn't see it in the cockpit camera. So, something like this would work, I guess. Yeah, I think. Well, not the best sitting position, but for checking steering input, good enough, I guess. Actually, that looks pretty good. I thought he... Yeah, that's not bad. I thought he steering a lot, and probably he did when I didn't see, but right now it looks pretty okay. But not here. Yeah, just missed. Probably he doesn't break a knot. How to say without telemetry? The car don't want to stop. Have to look for it, though it's probably setup related, but yeah, it's... We will learn it from the telemetry, I guess. What's about space for the wall? Okay-ish, okay-ish. Overshoot it. Somehow so inconsistent. Here he started to turn in a bit, so yeah. What was the speed? 124. But yeah, he definitely can carry more. Though the line is okay-ish. Feels like... Alberto, can you park the car after this lap? Some feedback? Overall, it's not bad at all. It's hard to say without telemetry right now. So I'll tell what I see. The main problem, from what it looks to me, it's that you are looking very close to your car. So it's not like watching ahead and planning. Like mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. We'll return to it a bit later. The second, as you said by yourself, you're in turn one. It's not visible, but you're turning and braking at the same time. Yeah, it was actually a decent run. Like you overshoot it just a bit. But for example, here. Right. So for second lap, like you start braking and turning at the same time. So the car does not brake good enough and turn. Yep, and the bad thing here is that if you went wide, you are on the outside banking, so you have even less grip. So it's a punishment. I'd say, yeah, it's a bit late, at least for me. And yeah, you can be much closer to the border than this, because you have a lot of time here to like cut here and put the cap in parallel. So don't drive diagonally here. At least for now, try to go to this corner at the very limit, because the most easiest thing you can do to really improve your lap times, just to find to use all the track on entry. It's not hard. It requires from you just patience and some reference here. So for example, you're watching on this line, when it's here on your car, well, from your point of view, you'll check in. That means that you have at least half a car width here. So next time, put this white line here and watch what happens. And the same on the right line, on the walls and all that stuff. This really, using all the track, a lot of people tell, use all the track, blah, blah, blah. But this is the easiest thing that could gain you seconds. Like free real estate, free real time right here. Use it. Okay, this done. Here, why are you? You're here. It's this car allows you to be more to the left, right? Or you are on the limit right here. Yep. Mostly you're already turning right now, but usual line is like with the grass and turn here after this kink. So you can brake, you can turn later, for example. Yep. So try to turn later, and we talked that you need to steer progressively, like smoothly, but it's only on the brakes. When you're on throttle, like here, you can turn very sharp, and you have to turn very sharp to make the corner, because the farther you go, the higher your speed, right? You're on throttle. And the higher your speed, the less cornering grip you have. So you need a first motion, like let's this is the graph of your steering, like center, and then you turning, like smoothly turning and releasing again. And if you're on throttle, if you're not braking, then you can turn like this sharply, keep the car, and finish the turn. So the first motion is precise and with high velocity, but then you decreasing and stabilizing the car. Does it make sense? And about vision, you need to look. Oh, here you can use much more space. You can be like here at the border, or even you can, make this maneuver. So like breaking this line. So use the curve, it's pretty safe. For example, here you're approaching, you're watching somewhere here, right? Like your braking references, something like that. Okay, you're approaching this corner. You reached your braking reference. Okay, you did all the work you have to do. Now you're looking only on the apex. You don't look here, you don't look here to check is you on the line or something. Now you're looking on the apex and waiting to turn in. Okay, this looks good. And you are turning to the apex. That's it. At this point, you can do nothing to fix your line, right? You already did what you can, so now you need to look on the outside. Well, of course, here tires you can't see a lot, but still your eyes should be somewhere here to be able quickly to look at the exit when you turn in, and you're looking here, not on the ground near your car. You can do nothing with the placement of a car right now, so look far ahead and plan your road far ahead. You're driving where you are watching. So if you're watching like somewhere here, you are not gonna drive anywhere, well, consciously. It's like you get to your point and you don't know what to do next, where to go next. But you need to already look here. Okay, I want to be there. So look here and try to point the car here. Something like that. Especially in this turn, because, well, this time it was good. But like you're approaching this curve, you're watching on this. I just feeling like you're watching. Okay, no, turn more. Okay, I'm here. And at this point, you're like, what to do next? Okay, I'm here. I need to do this, and it's too much cognitive load on you. So I'm trying to get there. Okay, and again, watching somewhere here. Then you see this curve, and the line is like, it's not naturally smooth. It's like you do 4 separate mind adjustments in this corner, which is a bit too much for everyone. Oh, too much words. Hope this makes sense. Yeah, but overall, honestly, this chicane, this time it was a bit slow, like 125, but one of the previous times you were almost perfect, like 131, 35, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Well, the whole team will be practicing, so yeah. The focus not on the break points, I think. Now, you can break a bit earlier than you're able to. To get a good corner, you need a good mid corner, and braking is the last step. Optimizing braking, the last step you do in your practice session. You need to like get the lines through corners, the car handling mid corner, and after that, when you know where to place your car, where you want to place it, you start moving your braking points to find the limits of your braking. I think this will work a bit better. Because when you're looking for braking points, you of course want to brake as late as possible, but you are not always in full control of your car mid corner, and you don't know is your luck in some mid corner stuff, or you brake it too late, or what? Like there is no clear feedback for you what to do next. Okay, I made a mistake, but what was the mistake? And if you exclude braking from this and start with the cornering, it will be one variable less. It will be easier, I think. Okay, mate, thank you. Doing great. Continue. If you have a time, of course. Yep, see you next week then. Some practices. Bye, thank you. Okay, so time for Susie. Are you gonna drive Roar, Susie? Stephanie? Check. Are you gonna drive Roar? The one before Daytona. 2 hour 40. No. It's a solo race, but I'd say the Daytona is the most easiest track for long races, because half of the track it's just a straight. You have a lot of time to rest. So let's see some of your laps then. Show what you've got. Oh, it was on previous Daytona, so don't even think about it. Probably. I can't remember. Oh, and GT4s were slower on the straight and fast in corners. Yeah. True, so it's irrelevant at minimum. But I got P2. That was one of my biggest achievements. P2 at Roar, so that's why I like this race. And Daytona in general. Is is your car understeered in the turns by the feeling? No? Just if you want to add some a bit oversteer, you can shift earlier, I guess. I'm not sure. It's hard to judge in the replay without telemetry, so yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, if it feels okay, then it's fine. Mm-hmm. You are on low fuel, I guess, right? $30, I guess, something. Oh. Copy. Yeah, it felt really slow, and but I'm not sure about third gear. It's it's a bit. I think it will be a bit low powered for this corner. Probably second is still the best bet, though I haven't driven this car for long, so take it with a grain of salt, just by the look of it. Yep, it's gonna rain. In a few minutes, actually. Like 5 minutes or so. It's by the feeling, it's like you start to turn in with some rail braking, and your car starts to rotate. Well, like it should, and feels like you're afraid of this action from this car, and you stop rotating it. Is it true? So feels oversteer, right? On enter. Or what do you mean? It wants to rotate. You mean that? So a bit understeer and enter. Like. I would say that's pretty dangerous behavior. It's better to not do that. Yeah, it's better to get used to rotation on entry, because rotation on exit, well, it's. Oh, okay, yeah, that's a contribution factor, of course. So in ideal world, you want to rotate the car right now. Rotate, and accelerate it, and finish the turn. Rotation on... Oh, you're afraid of rain, Kane. It's not that scary. Yeah, okay. See you somewhere next week, right? And good luck in tomorrow's race. Are you racing in Dallara, right? Is it true? It will. Sorry, I have to say this, but it will. Just try to have fun. Bye bye. Yeah, sure. Don't worry. Too many? It's fine. It's very strict on exit, the soft tracks. It's quite relaxed on first curve, though. You mean turn one lane? Oh, okay. It looks pretty fine, though. I think Cayman is good enough in handling such curves. Well, obviously, to some margin. And it's gonna rain very soon. Like right now. Yeah, the car wants to turn on entry. You can see it wants to turn, but then you're either releasing the brake or doing something. Here we go, yeah. Oh, you don't want to drive on slicks? It will be, yeah, very heavy, so... can we take a second just to... I'll show you something. Yeah, tell me when you're watching. Yeah. Don't worry. In the setup on the first page, usually. Look at the car, how it behaves on entry, like, look at this moment, okay, it wants to turn, and then suddenly it stop rotation, like, at this point you want this rotation, but you stop it. So, I can't say for sure without, you know, inputs and telemetry, but went, yeah, like, and then you try and Yep. It's like, yeah, you want to regain this rotation, but it's already lost. You probably want to hold it more. And the other thing, like, for example, in this turn, you're turning, and then go back. It's kind of not enough. I mean, steering. So when you trail braking hard, usually your inputs looks like this. Throttle, off throttle, then you're braking, some trail braking, and then back on throttle. Like feeding, whatever you need. Well, usually something like this. And now let's go to steering. When you start to steering somewhere on trail braking, so, well, that's why we are trail brake, to leave some tire grip on turning. So we start turning somewhere here. The less we brake, the more we can turn. And right now, your line looks like this. Oh, which is quite okay, but that's not enough, especially in these cars. Right here is the point where you have minimum speed and you don't have inputs, so you can rotate the most. So you should, like, force car to rotate at this point, like this. Okay, yeah, that's good, yeah. Yeah, that's good that you're aware of this concept. I just wanted to make sure. Yeah, if you have you know, reasons to not do this, like you explained, yeah, that's totally fair. Yes. Yep. And you don't require for so much steering on exit. That's what you're thriving for. So let's go have some fun in the rain, I guess. I never driven in the rain in turn cars here. It shows drives for me, but it could be a mistake of overlay. Yeah, well, you'll know pretty quick, I guess.
Car stopped ahead.
Brake balance to the back, right? Yeah. Well, you can steer with the pinky fingers even. That's fun too. The track is not really moist, you know? Yeah, the stone is a crucial to learn in the wet because that's the most dangerous turn. If you spin or go in the grass, you will end up on the wrong side of the track. Yeah, I think you could do better on wet. Probably you didn't click apply when you select wet tires. Yep. Yeah, show sweats now. Oh, and I forget to say about wet track here. Usually on wet tracks, your braking points are not changing. Like you have less speed and you have longer distance, and all in all, you have the same brake length, brake path length. But on Daytona, you have a huge straight, so turn 1 and turn 6 change their brake points. Need to consider it. A lot of visual puddles, but they all so thin, so that just doesn't matter anyway. Well, it's Daytona. Oh, you're not signed for the team yet, so yeah, you don't have to learn it. At least until the forecast is published. But usually, yeah, they like to flood Daytona with some tropic rain, which is realistic, I guess. Sometimes happens. Oh, you're so brave on curbs in the wet. What the hell? Why GT4 so fast? Oh, they are much faster straights by the look of it. Brake earlier. Never mind. Yep. By the way, these WeatherTech posters are not physical objects, so you can drive through them. Yeah, if you're not sure that you can make chicane, better to cut it. Do not touch this stupid tire barrier. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw. I braked at board 2 now, and it wasn't enough for me. Yeah, this fast left header is the most dangerous turn.
Right, clearing out.
Because puddle on the inside, puddle on the engine.
Right side. Clear.
Woo! It's automated. Nice. Yeah. That's the main thing. Oh, by the way, Roar have 20x inks limit, from what I remember. 20, from what I remember. I remember this because I was at 12 inks after first lap that year, and it was quite a journey. So wait, 7x. Oh, that was too late. Come on, car, go. Okay, the rain gonna end right now. There are some water patches, but but these patches don't have grip. Like they don't have the full grip because they are rubbered in a bit, but they still not as bad as on some other tracks. So the puddles and they're deep, and when you lowering your inputs, when you're slowing down a bit, it's quite easy track to drive. Just remember to check your braking point on the track for turn 6 and turn 1, and turn 3, yeah, damn, forgot about brake. Yeah, don't do that. And oh jeez. And turn 3, you have to find the line, and it won't be as fast as you used to, as you want it to be. May I clear the penalty, please? It's a bit too much. Though I cut the chicane completely, so I guess it's fair. The sun is out, and you see the track is, well, not close to dry, but you see a lot of dry places. A lot of places where you can find a grip. I'm not saying that thunderstorms are not scary at Daytona, but track drying up pretty quick. If it's a day, if it has wind, of course. Yes, these things are modeled in iRating and are noticeable during races. Night rain, yeah, good luck to you, good luck to survive. nothing to see, nothing to feel, nowhere fine grip, and yeah, just cry and hope for the best. I'm trying to figure out what that this time box means on dashboard, because it's not correlated with any timers, at least on my screen. Wait, is it a lap time? Just a seconds from a lap time, right? 42, 43, 44, oh yeah. Okay, that's just a lap time without minutes. Well, yeah, it's too much work to add a minute to timer. On the Motorsport, it's better to put this logo, right? Okay, not a good exit, but not so bad. I'm using the wide line here. Missed a bit. The problem that you are on the outside banking packed, and you really don't want to be there. Even if it's much drier than the other half of the track. Here too, you want to dive into this small pit with the puddle, just because it has some banking, and it gives you much more grip than you lose because it's wetter. At least that's what I found. At least in such conditions, not a fully wet track. Second bot, trying to brake. Well, sort of made it. Yeah, but it was terrible. Should brake up, be just a teeny bit earlier. Here the track is pretty safe. Already see some line appears even with two cars on track. So yeah, it's drying up really quick. Even in 22 degrees conditions. Dive here, oh, a bit too much oversteer, but you got an idea. And yeah, that was better than struggling on the outside. About this turn, still not good enough, but almost. Too much speed. Sort of couldn't carry a lot of speed and couldn't accelerate good, so that line was not ideal. Usually when you're looking for lines, you just set in optimal sector delta, lap optimal sector, and session optimal sector, and trying to find the line which gives you the best delta. Once again saying, do not forget to practice pit entry. In wet condition and dry condition, this is the source of your time. Well, this is a place where you lose the time a lot and you don't even notice it. For example, this entry quite sucks. It was bad. Well, you saw it.
5, 3,
You can turn up the gear this way and accelerate. Well, try to make it.
all clear, punch it.
Right, don't forget to be in the pit limiter. Oh yeah, Trenton. That's my, well, if not top one, but top 2 best Trenton performances, probably after Sebring. Yeah. Although at such pit, you cannot use pit limiter. Well, NASCAR cars don't have pit limiter, so yeah, keeping 90 kilometers is okay. Plus, the delta is bigger than on the other tracks. Like you don't need to. You have to not exceed like plus 1% or something, and here this percent is bigger, so the margin of mistakes is wider. Track is almost dry. Yeah. Well, not dry at all, of course, but it was a thunderstorm, it was a heavy rain. And if we had here like 40 cars on track, it would dry up really quick. So the weather, time of the day really matters. Oh, I forget to show the fuel calculation stuff. It's not really groundbreaking. So I had 375 consumption in GT3. So I can do 26 laps. If you can imagine, I can do 143, then that means our stint will be around 45 minutes. So is it worth saving fuel? In how it's called? In IMSA races, I'd say no, not really. You still have to pit 3 times, but in Daytona 24, in Roar, in longer races, yeah, there is a point, of course, to save some fuel. And target consumptions for these laps like 3.68 and 3.55 plus 2 extra laps. Though it takes some practice to not lose this time. But anyway, that's the fuel targets. Harder to high center on this track too, but the chicane is ridiculous in the GTP. Oh, I can imagine what it is in GTP right now, and yeah, nothing to say except for ridiculous. It doesn't feel fine in other cars too, but yeah. Especially I like, as I said, this tire barrier. That's the perfect engineering stuff. The barrier that will launch the cars like in a pinball, you know, when the ball can bounce in any way, so you can't predict where this GTP bounce off it. And yeah, what could be more fun than playing this coins that heads and tails in the 24-hour race. GTP, LMPs. Yeah, you'll have a great time. And GT3s too, actually, when GTPs decide to pass in the new chicane. Oh boy, I hope they will learn how to do it, or better to say how not to do it in the coming weeks. Okay, looks like ideal line. At least not bad at all. Look right here. Okay, that feels a bit slow. A bit faster here. She's not using the wall track here, and well, not sure if that's a good idea. Oh, it's fine. It could be a good line. That's okay, but we'll feel a bit slow in the corner too. Yep, still there, watching you. Oh jeez, you can't hear Discord, right? And you couldn't hear all the stuff we talked about. Oh dear. Oh, Kuzma. Well, Kuzma doing Kuzma things. Oh, that's really slower. Probably wider lines better. If it was a limit in this turn. That's kind of a bit, yeah, forced line, like trying to get to the inside to go back, trying to get to the outside to go back to the inside. Probably this makes sense. Flat out and break somewhere here. Feels like it will be at least simulated speed.
Quite difficult to get good grip on the braking zone for the left turn back to the oval.
You mean Turn 5, right?
Is it? Yeah, probably.
Oh, yeah.
I cannot get good grip there for the braking.
Let's look.
So
Mhm.
here. Okay, this time it was a little bit better.
Yeah, just this braking zone, it's not flat. If you ever driven here in something without ABS, you'll quickly find out how bumpy it is by your lockups. And
Yeah.
yeah, so in the wet, this bumps filled with the water, so yeah, need to brake a bit earlier and consider this. Do you have ABS section on right now?
I think so.
Can you turn them? Turn them off?
Sorry?
Can you turn them off? Like drive without them?
Yeah, let me check this.
It's called ESC or something like that in Porsche.
So ABS is 0 now. And
Yeah.
traction control, I cannot change that.
Oh, that's weird. You can turn them off, right? Probably they changed something.
So, but ABS is 0 now. I think.
Okay.
Let me check this. One moment.
Mm-hmm. Just try to drive without assist for
No,
science.
it says ABS 4.
Uh,
This is,
Can you turn it to something like 0?
okay, now ABS is off.
Huh?
And TC off. Okay.
Let's go.
Let's have fun.
Yeah, for fun and science. Like, for fun
I
and
mean,
profit.
I'm used to drive without TC because that's the fastest way in Gran Turismo 7.
Mm-hmm.
No ABS.
Okay,
No
interesting.
no traction control.
Mm-hmm. It just probably will help to understand the issues. Why the car is not turning here, or why this happening there.
Yeah, but I see it on my inputs that ABS was not activated on my braking.
It was.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Let me try this again.
probably.
Oh, come on.
Oh no, you don't. You got disqualified, right?
Yes.
God damn it.
But you're the admin?
Um, how to return you? Wait, I'm looking. Clear penalties.
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, fucked. Okay. I thought you got a kicked from the server right away.
Yeah. Let me check this again. So ABS off.
I find the old Porsche Cup car, which was without ABS,
Yeah, I know.
easier to drive in the wet than GT3s because you get this immediate feedback what you did wrong.
Yeah.
So probably this will help a bit to understand the car behavior.
But also the new Porsche Cup, even with ABS, drives very well.
Yeah, I guess. For a low rider, for sure. You know, this cars that jumps.
This was only 50% braking.
Mm-hmm. And it was lock up. You see, it's like your left tires are braking in this turn and right are losing traction. So probably you want to find the place for right tires where they have grip.
Which tires I'm on now?
It shows on wets for me.
Okay.
I can check on the replay.
Yeah, it's wet. It says wet.
So it's not that easy to say, just looking at the
I
tires.
think maybe ABS 1 or ABS 2. But, yeah.
No, these settings are not for driving, just for practice. Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, sure. And I really can't say what type of tires you are on. Like, would be wet tires without these lamels.
I can only guess the inside tires because they are not loaded.
Probably you want to stay on the inside after fast left-hander and start braking from the inside to this turn.
Here?
Yeah, I think you're losing too much time by, you know, artificially widening the line and then not using outside at all. Oops. Happens to the best of us. Yes, you are on wet. You can see it now. Ooh, nice drift. Yeah. Yeah, driving like this when you don't have to buy new tires. No, that's fine. A bit too hot, but still good.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the most biggest problem with GT cars, because you don't get feedback from them, at least in sim.
Yes.
With the all assist. In real life, you can feel the forces, but yeah, it's not possible in simulator. So you have to do some
Stop.
You have to do this ridiculous stuff just to... Oh no, you got disqualified again, I guess.
No,
No? Oh, you
it will
have...
be my fastest lap.
The player is not serving penalty. What the hell? Oh, that's completely legal
I
then.
don't know.
Why nobody is using this shortcut? Are they stupid? Ooh. Okay, okay. Oh, that was great, actually. Well, yeah, not perfect, but that I like this better, like this more than your approaches, even on dry. I'd say.
Okay, I got the black flag.
Okay. Bam. Yeah, now you're gonna set the fastest lap ever. Ooh. Next lap. Never mind, next lap.
Oops.
Wait.
Yeah, okay. But I think I'm done for today.
Yeah, I guess. Well,
This was quite fun to drive. I really should do a wet race at some point. But yeah,
what race is, you know, it's when you practice on dry, your practice experience and race experience are quite different. You have pressure and all that stuff fighting, but in wet you usually drive alone, like in practice, because field spread out more, and the only difference is that you have some nasty car ahead that will spray at you, and that's it.
yeah. But I think on heavy rain, this is a little bit too much for me because, yeah, my vision is not the best. I'm wearing glasses, and when I can't see the car in front, it doesn't make sense for me. Why should I race? Because it's yeah, pretty obvious that I will crash the car in the next braking zone because I cannot see the car in front braking.
Mhm. Well, to be honest, heavy rain in the racing is not for anyone. I'd say it's a clearly red flag condition, and
Yes,
yeah, it's
exactly. This is my point. I mean, there are wet races and wet races, and those with really heavy rain, this is impossible. So under normal circumstances in real life, such races would be red flagged, I think.
yeah.
Unless they are amateur races or so. But pro races, they're definitely not racing under such conditions.
Yeah, that's true, and yeah, it's a bit frustrating. It's cool that you can make these conditions, but it's just too often races are flooded with the rain and unraceable. They should place some cutoff on the
Yeah,
amount of wet or something, or finally includes base car. Why not? Okay, racing is heavy. That's base car conditions.
yes, I absolutely agree. But normal wet races, I think I will have not that much problems, at least not more problems like anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been driving in wet conditions on Gran Turismo 7. Uh, it's a different game, but yeah, the same physics apply. So I think I'm prepared for that.
It's more. Mm, yeah, it's not a. I think it's not a skill by itself. It's like you're doing the same what you do in dry. You're looking for a grip, just in other
Yes,
places, and that's
exactly.
it.
Yes.
And yeah, you definitely can drive it, but with a bit of practice, because you know, some small nuances, some small features in exist in any game. So you just have to learn them, get an experience, and that's it.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Susie, for being there.
Yeah,
That was really fun. I hope it was a little bit helpful, and see you on the next weeks here
of
at
course,
Daytona.
yes. Yeah, Kuzma, thank you very much for your time. It was really very helpful, especially the depth map. I really like that. So this is probably something I also can use during my coaching sessions.
Oh, by the way, since we just two of us here, so it's quite easy. There is a software. It's called Reshade.
Yes, this is not running on my computer. For whatever reason, probably something to do with my graphics card or with my triple system. I tried Reshade,
Uh-huh.
and then iRating is not loading anymore.
Oof.
Then it loads up to like 26%, I think, and yeah, then it stops stops loading. This is a well-known issue. I googled for that one, and some people on Reddit had the same problems.
And I had the same problems, but I solved it by, when you install Reshade, you're clicking on the effects you want to load. So I clicked just on few to check the load, and iRating loaded. So one of the effects just prevent from loading, and you have to just nitpick it from installation, and that's it. At least it
Do you
was like
remember what to exactly what I need to check?
no, I installed all, but then I, got the pack I'm using the most, and this pack is installing without issues. I'm just clicking on what I need, and that's it. But what was the cause of it? No, I don't know.
Yeah, and I followed guides on YouTube about Reshade, and they all recommended exactly the same feature, which you check, and yeah, it didn't work. I remember it worked with a single monitor. That was before I had triples and a new graphics card.
It should work.
So
It should work. You have NVIDIA graphics, right? 50
yes,
something, yeah, and you can
RTX 5090.
Oh well, yeah, and you can see that it's working on my triples, so it should work. But yeah,
Yeah.
something small is wrong right now. So
Okay, I probably will come back to you.
yeah, sure.
And next time when I try it again, then I will ask you on Discord. So maybe you can give me some help.
Yeah, sure.
The main reason I wanted to have this installed was to get a bit more contrast and adjust the colors a little bit.
Oh yeah, you can just easily like not the haze, but
yeah, not only dehaze, because on my screens,
yeah, like remove
it
ambient.
is all a little bit too yellowish.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm showing. Like this is iRating yellowish tint, and you can just remove by ambient light, remove ambient light. Mm-hmm.
Yes, like that, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, understandable. Yeah. All right, Susie. Good night then.
Okay.
See you later.
Good night. Thank you very much again, and talk to you soon. Good night.
Yep. Bye.